Skylar, I've started the vlog. What do you have to say?
Rough. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Bombshell. This one is going to be focusing on cosmetic wrap up because we're actually about to put the bumper on and the hood back on for the first time, which is really exciting. So it's going to be the first time we've really seen the front end together. Like, we kind of had like a mock-up before, but nothing was really bolted down. We didn't have the headlights on the car. I don't even know if the fog lights were in place. So yeah, that's what we're getting into.
We can cross more stuff off the list.
Oh yeah, you want to start off by crossing a couple things off? Because I didn't cross all the things off from last time. We talked about I might pull that
headlights
starter
and fog
thing
lights,
off.
right? Okay. The wheels. We're doing that on Monday. We're doing the tent on the 31st.
I think that's it for our list.
Yeah.
Bumper can now be mounted. We'll just have to clip in our side marker lights as we mount it. Splash guard. It's like a black piece that goes underneath. Well, that's growing pains. I mean, it is what it is. We got one side that's like not quite sitting flush. So I'm gonna pick up a new bumper support bracket, like an OEM one from Ford, to see if maybe that makes a difference. I think that's probably gonna be all it really needs to kind of set that one up properly, because it just needs to be clipped in further, that's all. But otherwise, this looks pretty sick.
I'm excited to see.
Did you look at it from the side yet? Like the side profile with the headlight outline? It's pretty cool.
Yeah. That is pretty cool. I like how it really carries the weight out.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Oh man, it looks so good. Arrows points to front, right?
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna take that back off.
Yep.
Maybe a different color.
Yeah. It's just a mock-up. So last little thing we gotta do, put these little rubber inserts in. Because the ones in the middle are all in.
Right here?
Yeah, so you gotta go from the back and slide it forward, see? Use the hole, bring it down.
That's what she said.
So those are in, and now we can mount the hood. Fucking Cervini, dude. They make a solid ass product. I just loosen the front left fender bolt, and then like the middle one, I can pull on it to bring it out. Yeah, that's probably what needs to happen, actually. The only concern of mine is if you look, as I pull on this, and the problem is because this middle support, they cut it out. That's what they fucking cut out. Because if you look in the fender, there's a support right here. So if like we were able to push this out and like make a bracket for it, that would be all we really need, kind of thing, and we can kind of make adjustments accordingly.
Why do I want to do that?
Because they're fucking assholes. Yeah, I think that helped. It's looking pretty fucking good, dude. That's pretty good. That's what I was talking about. For like lower heights.
Yeah.
Using that. That's what I wanted to do versus this stuff.
I like this though.
This does not seem like the right thing.
Why?
I think this might be the Shelby one. Alright, well, it is what it is. Can't do anything about it at the moment. Completely oblivious.
It looks so curvy. It is you.
Yes.
Oh. I like it. It looks so good. All because that guy right there.
What do you do now? Now that we more or less get all the hood fitment figured out, one of my favorite parts, fresh weather stripping. So Melissa's going to go ahead and throw that on the car.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Alright, so as you guys see, I mean, the front end looks freaking sick. So we're calling it a night at this point just because there's not a whole lot else to do right now. Melissa's super stoked. I am too. We kind of just sat here for like an hour admiring a little bit just because it's been such a, you know, work or been such a job to get to this point. So we're just enjoying it a little bit, and we'll pick this back up for at some point later. So more cosmetic to come after this. All right, we're back. So the next step in the cosmetic line of things, we have the wheels as you guys saw. So we're gonna go ahead and ceramic coat those. We also just picked up the brakes for the car. So all that's back from powder coating. They look awesome. Pretty sick, dude.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, so we are using the Adams ceramic wheel coating. So we're going through doing surface prep to go ahead and wipe all the surfaces, get them nice and prepped for the coating, and then we'll go ahead and apply the wheel coating. Since it is high temp surfaces, you want to do a high temp ceramic coating, and then obviously wheels. So we're going to coat the wheels as well. So cue the time lapse. The brakes have had lots of time to cure, so everything's nice and ceramic coated now. So we're gonna go ahead and start the process of obviously installing the brakes on the car.
So we decided to just let Brian do it because I just want to get these done, and I'm gonna take forever today, and I don't want it to be like super late again tonight because I'm really tired, and it's already 9:35. So Brian's just gonna do it because he's really fast at it, and I'm just gonna record him doing it. And I'm still learning a lot, but I'm just not gonna do it.
We're working first on swapping out the brake lines.
Now that we've done it over there, trial and error, we know what to do first.
Finish tightening down this brake line screw. You got to brace it from the other side so you get a good wrench on it. And then we can put the sensor back in place. This clips into the back of the bracket. It just loops around the bottom, clips into the back of the axle housing, and then around the back side. We go ahead and throw our brand new rotor on, and then mount the caliper. It's two 15mm bolts that hold it in place. Tighten on the caliper bracket. Just mounted the e-brake, and now we're going to go ahead and mount the brake line. Got to pull the banjo bolt out, get two fresh crush washers, and then has like that little hole so that fluid can pass through. I think these are tightened to around like 25-ish foot-pounds or so. Basically, as you tighten this down, you want to hold the brake line how you want to orient it, because the crush washers are designed literally to crush into place, kind of sealing everything up. As you get it tightened and they start to crush, the brake line will try to turn. Actually, I didn't try to turn too much, but that was pretty good. Now we're going to pull the two bolts that hold the caliper to the bracket off so that we can make sure our slide pins are fresh and greased, mount our new pads, and then we're done. Throw some fresh grease on here, and then we're going to work it into the caliper bracket. Just lube her up. And I like to kind of grab a little extra and throw it into the boot so that there's fresh all around. Push the boot back onto the slide pin and reinstall slide pin. Repeat on the bottom. Got our new brake pads. You want to make sure that the wear indicator is situated so that the rotor pulls it away from the pad. Otherwise it could like jam it up in there. So you usually put it on the back side so that it's on the forward of the rotation. Just got to throw a little bit of grease on the back side of this brake pad so that it doesn't seize to the caliper piston.
So 2 down, 2 more to go?
Yep, just the fronts. Yeah, rotor's in place, brake line is in place. I just kind of need to tighten that down.
Oh, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So excited to like put it on and like put the wheels on and stuff like that.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and start prepping this caliper. Throw just a touch of grease on the back of these pads, both sides where the pads meet the pistons. Don't need a ton. These just slide into the calipers, and if you aren't familiar, these are actually 2015 S550 4-piston calipers. You can mount these to the S197. All you need are some washers. There's a really great write-up where people already kind of consolidated all that information online. So just put the slide pins in, which I did take a second and clean these up because they were pretty rusty. Lots of surface rust was built up on them. So just took a Scotch-Brite pad and some WD-40 and scrubbed them down. Anything's a hammer if you swing it hard enough. I was able to just take some pliers and rotate these to the way that I need them to be. So then you just slide this through both of the pins and then pop that in, and that just keeps the pins from backing out so that everything stays within the caliper. All we gotta do is mount the caliper to 15mm bolts. Again, these are the 15 calipers, so you gotta put some washers between the caliper and the knuckle, and that helps space the caliper outward, just that, I guess, like 1/8 of an inch or whatever it is. That way, everything lines up properly.
What did you do?
So we were getting ready to mount the caliper, and I realized it was touching the dust shield here. There's probably something in the write-up that talks about this, but I just missed it. So instead of worrying about it, I just cut a section off, I don't know, about 1 inch off each side. Did a test fit, good to go. Deburred the edges, so now we're good to go and mount the caliper and the rotor back in place. Caliper's all mounted. We got the brake line situated. That's kind of how I oriented it. I actually really am happy with how it worked out. I ended up zip tying that, pulling the clip off for the sensor, and then routing it that way. So it worked out pretty great. And then last thing you do is just make sure to put that anti-rattle clip back on the top side of the caliper. Gonna go ahead and finish knocking out the other side, and then we will touch base with you guys after that, which will probably be tomorrow. It's already late at this point. Had to do a couple little modifications, as you guys saw, with the dust shield, as well as the bolts that mount the caliper. They were a little bit too long, so I had to grind off like 1/4 inch of those. Lots of fun stuff. All right, so we're back. I did what I needed to do in regards to the brakes. As you can see, that rear wheel's on the car. However, these are my front wheels. We ran into an issue where I guess the wheel didn't have quite enough clearance on the caliper, so it started to rub it. And so I've got to find probably, I think, all of like a 3mm spacer. That's it, just enough to get that wheel off of the brake caliper. Throw that wheel spacer on, and we should be able to remount these front wheels for the actual wheels for the car. That'll be here like in 2 days. We'll get that swapped around, but in the meantime, we're throwing my wheels on the car so that we can get it ready and go for our first test drive. So that being said, all the brakes have been bled. They're all mounted. Everything's good to go. We got to torque the wheels. Everything's tight in the suspension. I just did a front end alignment on this to kind of get the toe in spec. So we are going to start the car and put it in drive and reverse and kind of make sure that, well, the wheels spin the right way and go from there.
Can we open the door?
Yeah. All right, go ahead and start it.
Battery? No, sorry.
Maybe?
Anything about the battery?
Yeah, I took the trickle charger off.
Tomorrow.
Where do we even start? Well, the car is on the other side of the garage, so it moved. Brian was able to drive it. It's been a roller coaster ride for the past couple hours. We're trying to get the car ready to take to inspection.
Currently adjusting the e-brake.
Yes, we finished putting in the airbag.
You have a dash for the first time ever.
Yeah, my dash looks put together for the first time forever.
No, ever.
Ever. Well, ever. Since I've had the car anyways. So last night, Brian got the car running. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30. He took it to the gas station, ran fine, brought it home. I was asleep. And then he took it to work. Everything was fine. And then he went to take it out for lunch to go run some errands. And he started up and white smoke came out
Like
the back.
a big cloud. And instantly, like if you guys ever had white smoke and you know what that means, like my mind went immediately to head gasket, which didn't make sense to me because like the motor's fine, so why would all of a sudden...
There hasn't been any smoke or anything, and we've started up multiple times and there's never been any hint of smoke. So he drove it home, still white smoke. So Brian called his friend Matt and they went through a couple things and, you know, suggested a couple things. So we tried a couple things and it ended up being the cash can.
Fucking catch can.
So we took that off, started off. There was some smoke, but after it ran for
it was literally like one puff.
One puff, it was no smoke whatsoever. So
it runs and drives like a champ.
I haven't driven it yet. I've driven it out of the driveway into the garage because I was nervous about driving it with the white smoke. So
reasonably.
Yeah. My first test drive was gonna be at like 9:30, going to drop it off for the inspection at nighttime. So I guess I'll just get to make sure my headlights work well and make sure I can see over the top of the hood.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
I like it, honestly.
Yeah, I liked it. Well, when I was sitting in it, I liked it.
It's just been crazy. Like, every time we turn around, there's something else that pops
Like,
up.
it's something, yeah, it's just, like I said, it's just been an emotional roller coaster, and I don't even know.
I hope that they can actually tell on camera, but it's so hard to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Do you have anything else to add?
Nope, e-brake works. I gotta mount this center console back into place, and then we're gonna let you go for your first drive. That should be really exciting.
Yes, very exciting.
All right, so car's back on the ground. Like you saw, we got the dash in, airbags in. I went ahead and did a couple little things. Noticed that one of the brake lines was leaking a little bit. Just gave that a little extra tightening. Fresh crotch washers and everything like that, so I probably just didn't tighten it down enough to begin with. Did grease the front ball joints. Everything is good to go. Car's got fresh wipers.
Got it.
Did you? Cool. So Melissa's gonna go ahead and get her first drive in over to the place where we're dropping for the inspection in the morning. And I guess it's gonna be dark, so you won't really be able to see anything anyway. So we'll just touch base with her and get her thoughts afterwards. You excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, should be. First drive. How was it?
It's a little peppy.
I told you.
Yeah, I like the first, like I got it, I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, I heard you open it up a little bit, and I was like, there she is.
Yeah, I do.
After we made a turn.
Yeah, I did. I was kind of nervous because I've never been on these back roads, so, and it's late at night, and I don't trust the deer.
Right.
But
she gets up.
yeah, she gets up.
All right, guys, car now has a valid inspection. Got that all done today. And we're actually about to run up to buddy Jason's place. He ordered some spacers for us to get the front wheels on the car. So we're gonna go do that. We'll go ahead and grab a little bit of in-car footage of driving, since this is gonna be like the first like good drive Melissa's been able to go on, since the other one the other night was kind of like rushed and just, yeah. But before we do that, she gets to peel the paper off of her wheel for the first time. It's like opening a gift on Christmas.
I wonder what it is. It's down there good.
Dang. That wheel looks good.
Oh, nice.
It's fucking brand new. You gotta put the plastic off and things too. Super nice because it's brand new. You gotta clean it once in a while to maintain it. Yeah, it's like the intake.
Hello, my name is Brian, and today in my garage I'm going to teach you about knowledge, okay? See this car right here? I built this on my own floor in this garage because of knowledge, all right? See this car over here? Same thing, knowledge got me to where I am today. So for all you hating fucks watching this right now, knowledge, baby, get with it.